The smartwatch market exploded over the past decade, with tech giants promising that expensive connected devices would revolutionize how we live our lives. Companies convinced millions of people they absolutely needed to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on smartwatches to stay connected and track their fitness. However, something unexpected happened along the way that shook the entire industry to its core. Budget watches and fitness trackers started offering similar core functionality at a fraction of the cost, making people question why they were spending so much money. These affordable alternatives proved you didn't need a luxury smartwatch to tell time, track steps, or receive notifications. As more people discovered these budget options, the smartwatch craze began losing its grip on consumers who realized they had been overpaying for features they barely used. Today we're looking at 10 budget watches that seriously challenged the smartwatch industry's dominance and made people rethink their expensive gadget purchases. Number 10. Casio W218H. The Casio W218H might look like just another basic digital watch, but this humble timepiece has become a giant killer in the world of wearable technology. While tech companies were pushing people to spend hundreds on smartwatches with countless features, Casio quietly offered this watch for around $15. The W218H does something that expensive smartwatches constantly struggle with. It just works without any fuss or complications. You get accurate timekeeping, a stopwatch, alarm functions, and an LED backlight that illuminates the entire display clearly. The battery lasts for years, not hours or days, meaning you never need to worry about charging it every single night. The watch is water-resistant to 50 meters, so you can swim and shower without babying an expensive piece of technology. The resin case and band are virtually indestructible and can handle the kind of abuse that would destroy a delicate smartwatch screen. There are no apps to update, no Bluetooth connections to troubleshoot, and no subscription services trying to extract more money from you. When people started realizing they were charging their $300 smartwatch every night just to check the time and count steps, the W218H suddenly made a lot of sense. The watch brings people back to basics and reminds them that a watch's primary job is telling time reliably. Students, workers, and people tired of technology overload embraced this watch as a rebellion against unnecessary complexity. The W218H proves that sometimes the best technology is the simplest technology that just works every single time. This $15 watch made thousands of people question why they were spending so much on smartwatches they constantly needed to charge. The Casio W218H represents a return to reliability and practicality over flashy features that drain batteries and complicate life. For the price of a couple of coffee drinks, you get a watch that will outlast multiple generations of expensive smartwatches. Number 9. Timex Ironman Classic 30. The Timex Ironman Classic 30 has been a staple for runners and fitness enthusiasts for decades, long before smartwatches even existed. When the smartwatch craze hit, tech companies tried convincing athletes they needed expensive devices with GPS and heart rate monitors for every workout. Timex kept producing this straightforward fitness watch that did exactly what runners actually needed without the unnecessary bells and whistles. The 30-lap memory lets you track multiple workout intervals. The chronograph works flawlessly, and the 100-hour countdown timer covers even ultra-marathon distances. The Indiglo backlight illuminates the entire display with a beautiful blue glow that's easier to read than most smartwatch screens in darkness. Water resistance to 100 meters means you can swim laps without worrying about damaging expensive electronics. The battery lasts for years of regular use, eliminating the anxiety of your watch dying mid-workout because you forgot to charge it. The comfortable resin strap doesn't cause skin irritation or require special bands that cost $50 to replace. Serious runners discovered they didn't actually need detailed GPS maps or smartphone notifications interrupting their training sessions. The watch costs around $40, which is less than most people spend on a single month of streaming services they barely watch. Athletes started questioning why they were spending $300 on fitness smartwatches when the Ironman Classic did everything they truly needed. The watch doesn't track your sleep poorly or send you annoying reminders to stand up and move around. There's no companion app harvesting your personal data or requiring you to create yet another online account. The Ironman Classic 30 proved that focused functionality beats feature bloat every single time for people with specific needs. Triathletes, marathoners, and casual joggers alike returned to this proven tool that never let them down. The watch represents honest value and reliable performance without the marketing hype that surrounds modern wearable technology. When your smartwatch-wearing friends are frantically searching for chargers, you're already out the door running with a watch that just works. Number 8. Xiaomi Mi Band 9. The Xiaomi Mi Band 9 entered the fitness tracker market and immediately disrupted the expensive smartwatch ecosystem with its incredible value proposition. While major brands were charging $200 to $300 for basic fitness tracking, Xiaomi offered comprehensive health monitoring for around $40. The Mi Band 9 features an AMOLED display that looks surprisingly crisp and vibrant, rivaling screens on devices costing 5 times more. The fitness tracking capabilities include step counting, heart rate monitoring, sleep analysis, and workout detection that actually works reliably. The battery lasts up to 2 weeks on a single charge, making daily charging smartwatches seem absolutely ridiculous by comparison. The band tracks over 100 different exercise types, covering everything from running and cycling to yoga and dancing. Water resistance allows swimming and showering without the paranoia that accompanies wearing expensive electronic devices in water. The companion app provides detailed health insights without requiring premium subscriptions or locked features behind paywalls. Smartphone notifications appear on the band, giving you the connectivity features people actually use from smartwatches without the premium price. The lightweight design means you barely notice you're wearing it, unlike bulky smartwatches that constantly remind you of their presence. People started realizing they were paying hundreds of dollars extra for features they never used on their expensive smartwatches. The Mi Band 9 exposed how much profit major brands were extracting for relatively simple technology. Fitness enthusiasts discovered they could get accurate tracking and useful data without emptying their wallets on flagship wearables. The band proves you don't need luxury branding or premium materials to get excellent health and fitness monitoring. Xiaomi's aggressive pricing strategy forced the entire industry to reconsider their value propositions and pricing structures. Consumers who switched from expensive smartwatches to the Mi Band 9 rarely felt like they were missing anything important. The device represents the democratization of health tracking technology that was previously locked behind premium pricing. When a $40 fitness band provides 90% of the functionality at 20% of the cost, it makes people seriously question their purchasing decisions. Number 7. Amazfit Band 7. The Amazfit Band 7 arrived as a fitness tracker that seriously challenged why anyone would pay premium prices for basic health monitoring. Amazfit packed an impressive array of features into a device that costs around $50, making expensive fitness smartwatches seem like terrible deals. The large AMOLED display is bright, colorful, and easily readable in direct sunlight, matching or exceeding the screen quality of devices costing hundreds more. The band offers comprehensive health tracking including heart rate, blood oxygen saturation, sleep quality analysis, and stress monitoring throughout the day. The 18-day battery life is absolutely phenomenal and makes daily charging smartwatches feel like primitive technology from a bygone era. Over 120 exercise modes cover virtually every sport and activity you could imagine wanting to track. The water resistance rating allows swimming and water sports without worrying about damaging your expensive electronics. Amazon Alexa integration provides voice assistant functionality that many people specifically buy expensive smartwatches to access. The smartphone notifications work smoothly, delivering messages and calls to your wrist without paying the Apple or Samsung premium. The always-on display option means you can check the time with a glance, just like a regular watch, without tapping or raising your wrist awkwardly. People who switched from premium smartwatches to the Band 7 rarely reported missing features they actually used in real life. The band exposed how much of smartwatch pricing is based on brand prestige rather than actual technology costs. Fitness enthusiasts realized they were paying hundreds of dollars for slightly fancier cases and brand names without meaningful functional advantages. The companion app provides detailed health insights and trends that rival what expensive devices offer through their ecosystems. Amazfit proved that Chinese brands could deliver exceptional quality and features without the Western premium pricing model. The Band 7 represents incredible value that makes recommending expensive fitness smartwatches increasingly difficult to justify. When consumers see what $50 can buy, spending 6 times more for marginal improvements seems foolish rather than aspirational. Number 6. Casio AE1000W. The Casio AE1000W, affectionately nicknamed the Casio Royale, became a cult favorite that made expensive smartwatches seem unnecessarily complicated and overpriced. This modestly priced digital watch offers world time for multiple time zones, something travelers actually need more than smartphone notifications. The watch costs around $25, but provides functionality and reliability that puts expensive connected devices to shame. The LED backlight illuminates the entire display clearly, making nighttime visibility better than many smartwatch screens that dim to save battery. 5 alarms give you more reminder capability than most people actually use on their smartwatches with their constant buzzing notifications. The 10-year battery life is absolutely mind-blowing compared to smartwatches that die after a single day of moderate use. Water resistance to 100 meters means you can swim, shower, and live your life without treating your watch like a fragile piece of technology. The resin case and stainless steel back provide durability that can withstand abuse that would shatter most smartwatch screens immediately. The watch displays multiple time zones simultaneously on the face, which is genuinely useful for people who travel or work with international teams. There are no apps to crash, no operating systems requiring updates, and no Bluetooth connections that mysteriously stop working. The AE1000W brings military-inspired functionality to civilian life without the tactical cringe factor that plagues many wannabe operator watches. Watch enthusiasts and regular people alike embrace this as a reliable tool that does specific jobs exceptionally well. The watch proves you don't need a computer on your wrist to have useful features beyond just telling time. People tired of charging their watches nightly discovered the freedom of a device that just works for years without maintenance. The Casio Royale represents honest value and practical features without marketing hype or artificial scarcity driving up prices. When a $25 watch provides more useful features than many smartwatches costing 10 times more, it makes people seriously reconsider their priorities. This watch killed the smartwatch craze for practical-minded people who value reliability and functionality over flashy screens and questionable health metrics. Number 5. CMF Watch Pro 2. The CMF Watch Pro 2 from Nothing's sub-brand burst onto the scene, offering premium smartwatch features at budget prices that shocked the industry. While established brands charged hundreds for their smartwatches, CMF delivered a gorgeous device for around $60 that looked and functioned like something far more expensive. The large AMOLED display is crisp, vibrant, and responsive, making budget smartwatches from just years ago look absolutely primitive by comparison. The watch offers comprehensive health tracking, including continuous heart rate monitoring, blood oxygen measurement, sleep analysis, and stress tracking. The battery lasts up to 13 days with typical use, which is extraordinary compared to flagship smartwatches requiring nightly charging. Over 120 sports modes cover everything from common activities to niche sports that most people will never actually try. The rotating crown provides intuitive navigation that feels premium and makes interacting with the watch genuinely pleasant. Bluetooth calling allows taking phone calls directly from your wrist, providing connectivity features people actually wanted from smartwatches. The customizable watch faces let you personalize the appearance without spending money on premium bands or accessories. The watch includes built-in GPS for accurate outdoor workout tracking without needing to carry your smartphone on every run. People who bought this instead of Apple Watches or Samsung Galaxy Watches rarely felt like they made a compromise. The CMF Watch Pro 2 exposed how much profit major brands were extracting from consumers for incremental improvements. Tech reviewers struggled to recommend flagship smartwatches when this budget option delivered such impressive performance and features. The build quality feels solid despite the low price, with none of the cheap, plasticky feel that plagued earlier budget wearables. Nothing's design philosophy brought thoughtful touches and attractive aesthetics usually reserved for premium products. The watch proves that aggressive pricing and good features can seriously disrupt established markets dominated by expensive players. Consumers who discovered CMF started questioning why they had been loyally paying premium prices for brand names. The Watch Pro 2 represents a new generation of budget devices that don't feel like compromises or sacrifices. Number 4. Timex Ironman R300 GPS. The Timex Ironman R300 GPS entered the running watch market and immediately made expensive Garmin and Polar devices seem harder to justify. While premium GPS running watches cost $300 to $500, Timex offered legitimate GPS tracking for around $100. The watch provides accurate distance, pace, and route tracking that runners actually need without the overwhelming data overload of expensive alternatives. The battery lasts up to 25 hours in GPS mode, which covers even the longest ultramarathons without dying mid-race. The interface is simple and intuitive, letting you start tracking your run within seconds rather than fumbling through complicated menus. The display is easy to read during runs, even in bright sunlight, without the glare problems that plague some premium devices. Water resistance means you can run in any weather conditions without babying an expensive piece of technology. The watch syncs data to your smartphone via Bluetooth, providing training insights without requiring premium subscription services. Interval training modes let you set up complex workouts that serious runners use to improve their performance. The comfortable strap doesn't cause chafing or irritation during long runs, unlike some premium watches with unnecessarily fancy materials. Serious runners discovered they didn't actually need advanced metrics like training load or recovery time that premium watches push aggressively. The R300 GPS proved that focused functionality for a specific purpose beats trying to be everything to everyone. Marathon runners and casual joggers alike found this watch provided everything they truly needed from a GPS running watch. The price point made GPS running watches accessible to people who previously couldn't justify spending hundreds on a single-purpose device. Timex demonstrated that established fitness brands could compete with budget offerings without sacrificing essential features. The watch represents honest value for runners who want reliable tracking without paying for features they'll never actually use. When compared to premium alternatives, the R300 GPS makes spending 3 times more for marginal improvements seem absolutely foolish. This watch killed the smartwatch craze for runners who realized they'd been overpaying for unnecessary complications and features. Number 3. Samsung Galaxy Fit 3. The Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 arrived as a surprisingly capable fitness tracker that made Samsung's own expensive smartwatches seem overpriced by comparison. Samsung, known for pushing premium Galaxy watches, essentially created competition for themselves with this $60 band that delivers impressive functionality. The aluminum body feels premium and durable, resembling the build quality of devices costing significantly more money. The AMOLED display is crisp and bright, providing excellent visibility that matches the screens on watches costing 3 times more. The battery lasts up to 13 days on a single charge, making Samsung's own Galaxy watches with their daily charging seem primitive. Over 100 exercise modes cover virtually every activity, providing tracking capabilities that satisfy most fitness enthusiasts. The continuous heart rate monitoring and sleep tracking work accurately, delivering health insights without requiring expensive premium devices. Water resistance to 5 ATM means swimming, and water activities are no problem for this affordable fitness tracker. The companion app integrates seamlessly with Samsung's health ecosystem, providing the same detailed insights as their expensive smartwatches. Smartphone notifications work smoothly, delivering messages and calls without the premium price tag of full-featured smartwatches. People with Samsung phones discovered they could get excellent ecosystem integration without spending hundreds on a Galaxy watch. The Fit 3 exposed how much of Samsung's smartwatch pricing is based on premium positioning rather than actual manufacturing costs. Fitness tracking enthusiasts realized they were paying for features they rarely used when a focused tracker did everything they needed. The band proves Samsung can deliver excellent quality and features at budget prices when they choose to compete aggressively. Reviewers struggled to recommend Samsung's expensive smartwatches when their own budget tracker offered such strong value. The Galaxy Fit 3 represents an identity crisis for Samsung's wearable strategy as they compete against themselves. Consumers who chose the Fit 3 over expensive smartwatches rarely reported missing features they actually used regularly. This device killed the smartwatch craze by proving even premium brands admit budget devices can deliver excellent experiences. Number 2. Amazfit Bip 6. The Amazfit Bip 6 landed as a smartwatch alternative that seriously challenged why anyone would pay Apple or Samsung prices for basic functionality. Amazfit packed legitimate smartwatch features into a device costing around $70, making premium options seem like terrible value propositions. The large display is bright, colorful, and always on, providing instant time checking without awkward wrist raises or taps. The battery lasts up to 16 days with typical use, which is absolutely phenomenal compared to premium smartwatches dying daily. Built-in GPS provides accurate outdoor tracking without draining battery in hours, like many expensive alternatives do regularly. Over 100 sports modes cover every conceivable activity, rivaling the exercise tracking of devices costing 3 to 4 times more. The health monitoring includes continuous heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, and sleep tracking that works as accurately as premium devices. Bluetooth calling lets you take phone calls from your wrist, providing connectivity features people actually wanted from smartwatches. The companion app offers detailed health insights and training analysis without locking features behind expensive subscription paywalls. Voice assistant support through Alexa provides smart features without requiring you to buy into Apple's or Samsung's expensive ecosystems. People who switched from Apple Watches to the Bip 6 were shocked by how little they missed from their expensive devices. The watch exposed how much of premium smartwatch pricing is based on brand tax rather than superior technology. Tech enthusiasts realized they'd been paying hundreds of dollars extra, essentially for logo branding and ecosystem lock-in. The Bip 6 proves that Chinese brands have caught up in quality while maintaining aggressive pricing that embarrasses Western competitors. The build quality feels solid despite the budget price, with none of the cheap feel that plagued earlier affordable wearables. Amazfit demonstrated that smartwatch features have become commoditized enough that premium pricing is increasingly difficult to justify. The Bip 6 represents incredible value that makes recommending flagship smartwatches feel dishonest unless someone specifically needs ecosystem integration. When a $70 smartwatch provides everything most people actually use, spending 5 times more becomes a lifestyle choice rather than a practical necessity. Number 1. Casio G-Shock GA2100 CasiOak. The Casio G-Shock GA2100, nicknamed the CasiOak for its resemblance to the iconic Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, absolutely destroyed the smartwatch narrative. While tech companies convinced people they needed expensive connected devices, Casio proved that a traditional analog digital watch could be cooler and more practical. The GA2100 offers legendary G-Shock toughness in a surprisingly slim profile that fits comfortably under shirt cuffs and looks genuinely stylish. The watch costs around $100, but provides value and reliability that expensive smartwatches simply cannot match. The carbon core guard structure makes it virtually indestructible, surviving drops and impacts that would shatter any smartwatch screen immediately. Water resistance to 200 meters means you can swim, dive, and shower without worrying about damaging expensive electronics. The battery lasts approximately 3 years on a single coin cell, eliminating the nightly charging ritual that smartwatch owners endure. The analog hands provide instant time reading at a glance without tapping screens or raising wrists awkwardly. World time, stopwatch countdown timer, and alarms provide useful functionality without overwhelming complexity or unnecessary features. The watch looks incredible, combining retro styling with modern slim design that appeals to fashion-conscious buyers who hate chunky smartwatches. The GA2100 became a cultural phenomenon, selling out repeatedly and spawning countless limited editions and collaborations. Watch enthusiasts and regular people alike embrace this as proof that traditional watches remained relevant and desirable. The CasiOak proved you could have a cool, tough, reliable watch without subscribing to the smartwatch ecosystem. People tired of charging devices nightly discovered the freedom of a watch that just works for years without maintenance. The massive popularity exposed that many people were wearing smartwatches out of obligation rather than genuine preference. Fashion influencers and celebrities wore the CasiOak, giving traditional watches cultural cash that smartwatches struggled to achieve. The watch represents a rebellion against constant connectivity and the expectation that everything must be smart and connected. Casio demonstrated that timeless design, reliable functionality, and honest value could defeat expensive technology. The GA2100 killed the smartwatch craze by reminding people that watches are jewelry first and tools second, not computers. When a $100 G-Shock becomes more desirable than a $500 Apple Watch, it signals a fundamental shift in consumer priorities and values.